This return makes it up to the 25. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by the four-time MVP who's been in this league since 2005, Aaron Rodgers.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, we're one snap in, and already this defense has potentially killed this opening drive. And remember how valuable every possession is in the NFL. Talk about setting an immediate tone by this defense.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he found some running room for a nice gain. They get 9 yards back, but 3rd and 11 still to come. Rodgers here from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On first down, here comes Hall. And that's good for a gain of 5. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. All right, here we go. Second down. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. That heater is going to fall to the turf. First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. So here come the 49ers now to take over for the first time. And bringing them out, you cannot call him irrelevant ever again. Took his team to the Super Bowl last year. It's Brock Purdy.
I got a smile on my face. I know he ends out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, and how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. And with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he'll get it up to the 27. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun is Purdy. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They'll get 18 yards there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Play action now with Purdy. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
No, it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like the QB did right there, sometimes they'll leave a tee off and you get the penalty.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dumping the ball.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Purdy setting up that play action. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The 2nd drive coming up now for the Jets offense. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their 2nd drive. Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers finds his target Hall. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding, offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Looking out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play, and it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
He's contained at the line for no gain. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long. Rodgers will look to throw. Into the hands of Conklin. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Purdy on 1st down. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And it sets up 2nd down. Now Purdy. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan. On 3rd down, Purdy. Gobbled up on the right side. That's Ayuk. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he takes this in to the 40-yard line before going down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. 7-0 is our score. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They have 2nd down and 5. Looking to throw, Purdy. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's a 49er 1st down. Purdy throwing here. He's on the move. He's going to tuck it and run. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They send a tight end in motion. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Kittle brings it in. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Throwing now, off play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. And now it's second down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Purdy now on 2nd and 10. The Jets get there and bring him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
5 DBs out there for the Jets. 3rd down. Here's Purdy to throw. Cut by Jennings. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Moody knocks it through. And this one is center chains. Couldn't have hit that much better.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Xavier Gipson now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Jets out to begin another drive. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. They start the drive with Hall. This is ahead for about 5. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Hall once more. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game. I got to be honest with you, Kate. That's an occasion where a drop would have been a whole lot better than a completion. Couldn't find the way back to the line, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there. That's going to be a penalty.
Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
After the penalty, they have 3rd and 4. Rodgers here from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 41. Finds him over the middle. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Greg Greenlaw getting there for the stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you, some money will follow. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the 49ers on offense. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. Throw right side is caught by Samuel. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Quincy Williams making the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Encroachment defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Quincy Williams making the tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. They stick with McCaffrey. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. And it's the 49ers looking at 3rd and 12. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a punt coming from the Niners on 4th down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Wilson's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that 1st. Looking out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Rodgers will look to throw. That's brought in by Lazard. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by Fred Warner. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this 3rd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. Broke through the tackle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up. Now Rodgers. coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Rodgers to throw. On the move, headed right. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage. We've hit halftime in our first Monday night contest of the season. As we'll kick you over now to Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman. Coach, take it away.
All right, Kate. Thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Steelers who were able to walk away with the road victory. Najee Harris, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Gardner Minshew, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown catch in the victory. The Niners got a fine performance in the first half from one of their leaders, Brock Purdy. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. This return starts at the 5. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Will McDonald there on the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun is Purdy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
When you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They'll run here following the penalty. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Quincy Williams making the tackle.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Purdy looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Coach, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Purdy setting up that play action. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Right side, and that's secured by Kittle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Kittle brings it in. And they take him down right along the 30. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down throw by Purdy. Finds the in route complete. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. All right, set now, 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Purdy on 1st down. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
They kick the running back in motion. Completed here to McCaffrey. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. And that'll push it to double digit.
Well, he's knocked it right through. It's earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way.
That's set. They're down 13-3 as they take over. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They start the half with a give to Hall. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding, offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Rodgers here from the gun. Caught by Lazard. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down. From the shotgun, Rodgers. He'll get this complete to Lazard. And they bring him down around the 34. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hall running between the tackles. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit. That brings out the flag.
False start. Offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. To throw, Rodgers. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Big gain downfield. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets start the second half with some needed points. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Point after converted by Zuerlein. And the Jets cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Pretty throwing here on first. Dumps it off to his running back. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of this. Tackle made by Chuck Clark. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 36-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that. Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
And a fair catch made here at the 17. The Jets returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Throwing on first down, Rodgers. Got for big yards on the right side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll give the Jets a first down. Hall takes it straight ahead. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Brought down by Fred Warner. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Complete out to the right. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Hall. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. The Jets have it, but some work to do in the... 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now here's Rodgers. On the move, past the 40. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Play fake. It's Rodgers. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it. Wilson's got it. And he'll go down here at the 16.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes
Pressure comes. He's taken down. The 49ers got him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Here he is on 3rd and long. That's complete to Wilson. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Play action now with Purdy. Bails out of the pocket, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. He's on the move. He can run it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. And it's a nickel look from the Jets. 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. On 3rd down, Purdy. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Fair catch hauled in at the 18-yard line. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. 1st down throw by Rodgers. This will be caught by Adams. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Rodgers will look to throw. He's got the hook up to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Throwing from the gun here. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they're left with 4th and short. They're out now, ready to punt it. Thomas Morstead will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And this punt lands in the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They kick the running back in motion. From the 25 on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
5 DBs out there for the Jets. 3rd down. From the gun is Purdy. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Jets football. Now here comes the New York offense. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. He'll get this one to Adams. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. It's Hall on the carry. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Running it after the penalty. Past midfield to the 45. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's going to slide to a halt. For the moment, it's a gain, but we'll see if that penalty flag brings it all back.
Offense.
He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. From the shotgun, Rodgers splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They run. Here's Hall. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Jets going for the win here. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. So now here's 3rd and 5. Here's Hall on the give. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. San Francisco calls it second timeout. Important moment as they turn to Greg Zuerlein. The upright's 31 yards away, dead ahead. And that one is good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed a lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Back to throw. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Running back sent in motion. That throw finds Kittle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here he is to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. He'll look to throw it. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. To throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it. It's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
They take a knee, and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win. So it's a road win for the Jets. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Jets, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.